I think today I want to start with just an affirmation musically. Everybody always want to know what my life is really like. So listen.
First, my name Jaguar. Don't address me different. I don't know you from a can of paint, son. My enemy can be your personal choice. Don't lace up till it's time to run. Ain't scared, never been scared, gon' be scared. And that's a fact, yeah. You should be questioning me. Truly, I've always been a fact, yeah. I'm not a narcissistic thirst bucket, no. Just self-aware. Aware you've been thinking about me too much. Time to come up for air. Your opinion in the universe of me rates about a 0. Now go add value to that somewhere else and find a new hero. Vicarious living is death, covered up in a whole lot of coveting. This ain't church, so why you got a plate in your hand? Cause baby I ain't offering, but you can take this 2 cents right here to the store and go and get a snack. Then sit on the curb and figure from which hand you just got smacked the turn up.
You want it?
Time for the turn up.
Got it.
Turn up.
And for it.
Time for the turn up. Turn up.
Everybody want to know like about celebrity friends and why I gained weight, my marriage and all that. What else?
Time with the Roots was cool, Jake was great, and Cat Williams, yes, amazing.
For real though.
All it means is cool people enjoy my talents and my company. See, I make me experience, shape me, but in the day I made me self-reliant, don't waste the fight, and don't see that change until I'm dying. Far as waking, chalk it up to depression, married and asshole. Dark days, storms, then made it to the end of the rainbow. Found me a pot, gold named Sam. I love being his mother. Might do it one more time, honestly, because it's such an honor. Always wanted a real life for real love, something that was on my true definition of fame is to be alone in the sunshine. Turn up, time for the turn up.
You wanted it.
Turn up.
It is.
Time for the turn up. Turn up. Time for the turn up.
You asked for it.
Turn up.
What?
Time for the turn up. Turn up. Yo, everything in this world that glitter ain't gold.
Ain't that the damn truth?
Gain the world, lose your soul.
Pretty much.
Everything that glitters ain't gold. You gain the world just to lose your soul. Hey, everything that glitters ain't gold. You gain the world just to lose your soul. No shame in loving God, though the world may see God's failure. Good things they do take time. Take yours, I take mine. No point in lying for it, might end up dying for it. We all get what we deserve. Some help deserves some way to be served. My pride is my right, and my right is my life. Rich if I want to, might miss the real truth. To be more understanding, to be more forgiving, to compromise, to believe God.
Y'all always want to ask some questions, right? Did that answer it for you?
Dos,
Come on, man.
uno, dos, tres, up.
Turn up. You wanted it. Everybody always want to know what my life is really like. They do. I swear they do. What's going on, guys? How y'all doing? Let's get some mood music going on in here. Why? Oh, never mind. Somebody beat me to it.
There you go. What up? What up?
And
What
we
up?
are live. We are live from Set in the West and from the Jaguar Right Effect. You know, it's funny. It seems like the larger our platforms get, the less people get notified to show up to the live.
Well, that's part of the game. It's all good. We ain't gonna trip on that.
Somebody asked me how I felt about Boney James. I think Boney James is interesting. I like Boney James. See, you gotta understand, I'm a real jazz head, so like my taste in jazz, it goes to the very, very, very like experimental to the traditional, and then just the progressive. Like, remember when we discovered Alpha Mist?
Yeah, yeah.
Alpha Mist is just so dope.
Mm-hmm.
And I got introduced to Alpha Mist through the Impeccable. I love him. I love him so much. I do. I love Tom Mishk. But I also love the people that he works with. So as I started, because Tom Mishk is how we found Benny Sings.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that there is still, some sex in music in the world, where people are, still finding their space. Like that, that was the one thing that I loved about our era coming up, like Black Lily, Roots Crew, all of that. There used to be a time where it was just pretty obvious. If one was on the show, you were going to see on, the other on the show.
Mm-hmm.
You expected certain people to be on tour. If I was on tour, 9 times out of 10, Music Soul Child was on tour, Bilal was on tour, Jill would be on tour, or Floetry would be on tour, Raheem Devine. Like there was, certain sects of people that just always seemed to make the rounds, different clubs, like especially like the Paradiso in Amsterdam. We would all bump into each other because, as one would be closing up their small run, the next would be coming in. It was the same way at the Jazz Cafe. It's that was just the way music used to be. And now I think it's just more who's popping on social media. They put everything, like, it's just music used to be a lot more organic, and the community used to be a lot more involved with one another. So I'm just grateful that Thomas has, like, in his little orbit, those rounders are still,
Mm-hmm.
doing their thing. So it's, yeah. So yeah, do I like Boney James? I think Boney James is cool. And salute to them. I hope they have a great show. I'll never perform for any of these weirdos ever again. I'll tell you that. Ever again. When I'm looking at the way they done tapped everybody in.
Mm.
Like, I'm waiting for them to just start digging people up out of the grave and get them on the circuit.
Mm.
The industry is making sure that everybody, like, I'm telling you right now, these tour schedules is looking more like plantation lineups. Like, it's kind of wild. It's just kind of wild. Like, I'm sitting there looking like, okay, everybody's on the road. Oh, by the way, everybody's on the road when Beyonce's not on the road. Because when Beyonce's on the road, nobody's supposed to be on the road because she got to make all the money.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really interesting. It's just I'm sitting there, I'm seeing all these tour schedules and all these tour dates and all that. Get your ass to work. I see
Right.
that whip. Cause I promise you, it's listen to me. We already had a conversation about Lizzo and Not So Sexy Red and that La Boo Boo doll. Yeah. The boobies, cause no, we're good. We're good. Yeah. What do I think about it? I don't. It gave me nightmares. Okay, so hold on a second. All right, this is interesting because we're gonna have a little bit of this conversation tonight. Somebody asked, why does the media keep trying to put Kanye West with people like R. Kelly and African Bambaataa?
So I got a theory, and we'll
Sure.
we could well we'll talk about it. Not right now, but yeah, we'll talk about it because it's a reason why the media is invested in painting Kanye a certain way. In fact, yeah, I think we'll talk about Kanye first. See, I
Okay.
can change that real quick. I said, let me change that real brief. I wanted to see how that would look. Okay. So yeah, yeah. Okay. For those who don't know, you want to just get right into it with the Kanye situation because I mean, Kanye's funny. Y'all already know Kanye is
Kanye does have a sense of humor.
and I had put something up where I was just kind of like, man, I miss that old Kanye. Do I even have that here? I probably don't. Um, but yeah, Kanye when he was just like Kanye, the old Kanye, the George Bush don't care about black people Kanye. Like we didn't know what to expect Kanye. You know what I'm saying?
That part. That
And
wait a minute. The You did real good in your video, but Beyonce's the best Kanye.
that Kanye, I missed that Kanye. Now, how we gonna do this though? Now, Kanye, if you pay attention to what's been going on with Kanye, and every admin, thank you for you know, your
Salute.
your donation. But you said you had a question. The song singer, writer Hall of Fame is way different from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. How did Jay-Z get Hall of Fame status before Phil Collins and Luther Vandross? Because he's connected to them files. You didn't know that? Yeah, that's probably why. I don't know, but that's oh my god. Oh, and speaking of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I believe Sade was inducted and Wu Tang was inducted. So congratulations,
Congratulations to them.
two of
Even
my
though
favorites.
I don't know if we should be congratulating people because after all the stuff that we're finding out in the backdrop of what these award ceremonies really means
I
and
mean,
what's
yeah,
attached to them and kind of like the stigma that a lot of people don't know
yeah,
esoterically that's attached to
right,
you. It's
right.
it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I just say congratulations on as a supporter or a fan of these you know musicians and artists. But
We need to stop
yeah,
being supporters and fans, and we need to start being real spiritual brothers and sisters. Start praying for these people, like for
well, no,
real.
you right because I rather serve in heaven and reign in hell. You see what I'm
That
saying?
part.
So I'm sorry.
It's okay. Oh
Yeah.
goodness,
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm sorry. That I just that got me like thinking just about
that's that good old fresh LA.
yeah. Nah, it's got me thinking about the real supporters, the real people
Yeah,
should have their own like type of Hall of Fame because for those who don't know, when we talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, no, let's just even say the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That's paid for. That's not something that's kind of like, oh, we're going to select you. That all that stuff is paid for. And no offense, because I know Brandy just got her star and stuff like that. But like, do the people really rock with you? We need those types of awards, and we need to get the people on it because I mean, a lot of artists have been pushing agendas, and I think as time goes on in the future, that's going to reveal it. That's going to be revealed as far as who's been pushing what agenda, and a lot of them it's not godly. I'll just say it like that. Um, but back to the godly side of this with Kanye. Kanye, Mr. Yeezy, he goes by Ye now, right?
yes, he does. He goes by Ye now.
He dropped an album as of recent, and it's called Bully.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sure
I'm
did.
I'm I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not a fan or supporter of Ye like that. I like him. He's cool to a degree, but like I said, this is why we say the legends we build because you can't deny the fact that Kanye has talent. This dude's a dope producer. You said it. Jay-Z's greatest hits came when Kanye was alongside with him.
Yeah.
Kanye has memorable, workout plan, Through the Wire. Like Kanye is dope. He just dropped an album called Bully, and if you go to YouTube and you look at the videos, the numbers on the video, in the millions, damn near hundreds of millions now.
Ridiculous numbers. Quickly.
And they changed
numbers that you not gonna get with the Jigga Man.
No, not at all. But they changed the way that album sales are calculated because of Kanye, so that he can't get the number one.
Mm-hmm.
You know that? Yeah. They this game is rigged. Let me just say it like that. We already know that the game picks its winners and losers. They literally fixed and rigged the game up so that Ye cannot have a number one album. And we already know what happened with the situation in London at the Wireless Festival. I think we talked about that not too long ago. If you don't know,
yeah, we did. They've been messing with our numbers ever since we had that conversation too. They don't like it when we get to talking the truth. I'm starting to realize that.
Yeah, when we just like make it plain and make it make sense. Thank you, Low End.
Mm-hmm.
Low End, drop that right there. Thank you, Low End.
Thank you, Low End.
Yeah, they don't count the YouTube numbers anymore. They recalculated how you can say you have an album sale with the way the views work out and stuff like that. And they did that because of Kanye. They've done a lot of things because of Kanye.
They've done everything that they possibly can do to move the goalpost to cheat him out of a status that he's actually earned. And see, this is why I don't bang with the industry like that. Admin just came through.
Yeah, I saw that. Go ahead.
Appreciate you.
What you got for us?
When they say, when you get a chance, can you break down the esoteric process for both Musical Hall of Fame and Coachella and other festivals? Actually, thank you for requesting that. We'll do a video about that and make sure that goes up soon, because I think people do need to understand that these are rituals.
And especially with this whole thing
with
Coachella going on right now, we definitely should talk about that. So yeah, we'll definitely do that. Admin. Well, you bypassed Sarah. She said we need a new Jaguar Right album. You said they keep deleting his live off of the SoFi. Yeah. They don't want to show the greatness of this guy, and like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of the guy, but I'll give him his credit. He's a genius. He flipped samples, and he's made great music, and I'm still not putting him on a pedestal because
I think next to Jay Dilla, because Jay Dilla really was the king.
Hands down.
Flipping samples.
Hands down, yeah.
He created the art form that Kanye was able to stand on his shoulders and take it to the pop world. Because let's remember, Dilla, though he did have some pop crossover records, he was primarily hip hop, soul, underground, very, 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 very grassroots and authentic. Dilla's catalog of just the songs that he created from memorable samples is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But Kanye was able to, take that process and take it to a whole nother level. When you look at the way Puffy and them were doing records, and Jay-Z too, they were literally just grabbing sections of songs, reinvigorating the sounds, but essentially re-releasing the same record all over again, rather than taking a piece of that record and creating something. Listen to me, Dre has decent samples, but his samples are pretty much along the lines of what I'm talking about. Just, refacing an already great record, refacing an already great concept,
Yeah.
not necessarily taking a piece of a song and creating an entire new mood, an entire new, like, that's a completely different kind of
That's a different
talent and skill.
different style of artistry or producing. You know what I'm saying? Because you're right. Look, Kanye didn't just like follow hip hop. They say he redirected it. When you really think about it, what do you think of that line right there? I'm not putting him on a pedestal though.
Listen to me. You don't have to put somebody on a pedestal to just be honest about who they are. Like, I don't have to like you. I don't have to like you at all. But if what you do is impeccable, or if what you do is great, then I have to at least acknowledge you for that.
Yeah, yeah,
And I think that's where we've gotten in the world, like, especially when you look at cancel culture. And I think all of it really, really, really got started and normalized when it came to R. Kelly. When we start with Robert Kelly.
yeah.
When they started the Mute Robert Kelly campaign, Mute R. Kelly,
Mm-hmm.
everyone got all caught up into that. Mute R. Kelly, mute R. Kelly. And what did that do? That took all of his records off the radio. That took all of his records out of streaming, which did what? It practically devalued his entire music catalog. So what? It couldn't earn any money. So what? He couldn't make any money off of it.
Right.
People were busy sitting there, thinking that the reason why he was being canceled and that was being done was because, oh, we don't want to have anything to do with him or his music. We've been listening to people who have done monstrous things for years and continuing to listen to their music. There are so many weirdos in rock and roll and other genres that have done all kinds of crazy things. For
Elvis.
crying out loud, Roman Polanski left the country and never came back and has been running from a warrant for God knows how long. And
Right.
his movies are still earning trophies to this day. It's been with 90
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he's still alive and kicking it. So people don't have a problem with promoting monsters in pop
Yeah.
culture. They don't.
Yeah. No.
When you see people getting punished on that level, it's typically because there's another agenda that's happening behind it. Like, for instance, there's something here that I wanted to pull up right fast while we're talking about Ye, while you have this up here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me grab this right quick, because a lot of people aren't paying attention to, the reason why certain artists do certain things.
Well,
Like, he
why
went from Kanye West to Ye. Nobody
Yeah.
bothered to think that that's just a feather out of the cap of another great, ingenious mind.
let me walk
know?
up to that. I wanted to
Mhm.
walk up to that because he started off as Kanye West, and he built his whole little brand thing, Yeezy, into a $1 billion brand. He merged the music, the fashion into the, him. Him. Kanye is not just the music. He's a product himself. And I know Jay-Z says, I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman. No, Kanye is really a
Be the business.
man, because you just see the example, him with the Adidas situation and all that and everything, but there was a lot of fallout. See, that's why I said, let me walk up to it.
Mhm.
When we started seeing a lot of increasingly erratic behavior, his controversial statements of slavery was a choice. And this is why I said, let me walk up to it, because I think I understood what he meant by slavery was a choice. I don't think he was talking about chattel slavery, y'all. I think he was really talking about the record industry, the contracts that you have in the record industry.
Mhm.
Record industry is a slavery. And you were going to say another artist that he took that name change from, which is who?
The great and late Prince Rogers Nelson.
And Prince changed his name
Well,
from
that's why I pulled this up, so we could just do a quick overview on it,
Yeah.
right? So Prince changed his name to an unpronounceable love symbol
Right.
in 1993,
Right.
which is why, by the way, sidebar, we started affectionately calling him the artist formerly known as Prince,
Right.
right? So he changed it to the love symbol in 1993 to protest his contractual bondage to Warner Brothers Records. Feeling exploited, he believed the label owned his artistic identity and masters, leading him to label himself a slave, which he, artistically had them carve it into his face with the beard.
Mm-hmm.
That was genius. And adopt a symbol to regain creative freedom and emancipate himself from the company.
Yep.
Okay, so contract dispute. Prince was locked into a contract that controlled his output. He wanted to release music faster than the label allowed, and the label owned his name and master recordings.
Yep.
Slave protest. He frequently appeared with the word slave written on his cheek to highlight his lack of artistic freedom. Reclaiming identity by changing his name to a symbol that could be pronounced or easily marketed. He aimed to disrupt the commercialization of his artistic identity. The symbol, the symbol often called the love symbol, was a combination of male and female symbols designed to represent a new, free plateau in his life. The artist formerly known as, because the symbol was unpronounceable, the media began referring to him as the artist formerly known
Woman
as
on that. Yep.
Prince,
Yep.
which he later said was a media invention. Back, oh sorry, Prince went back to using his name in 2000 once his contract with Warner Brothers expired.
And
It's brilliant.
he was a smart business person, and he always was about forward thinking. Prince. He told everybody,
Absolutely.
let the internet catch up with our ideas. And I think low key, I took heed to that because I never really was. I started out, of course, doing music, kind of like how everyone else, not on like MPs and stuff, but just like music with acid and all that. This was before the Soldier Boy stuff. Years prior, we were putting music together on our own. Like when I do my Friday nights lo-fi stuff, that's me and the homies and stuff we did back day, and we
Hmm.
were, ahead of the game. But he said, let the internet catch up to your creativity and the business mind.
Yep.
Kanye took and knew what Prince was talking about and took what Prince was preaching and took it to a whole new level when it comes to everything that happened to Kanye business wise. See, there was a whole
Mhm.
fallout with Kanye where he lost his partnerships with Balenciaga and Adidas, and he took a financial hit. He lost billions in brands.
Yeah, he did.
His value of his brand got basically wiped out. And then the industry started distancing themselves publicly from him. But guess what? I honestly think him changing his name to Ye and saying all this crazy stuff, he wanted to get himself out of those contracts. That's what we come back to the whole slavery was a choice. He
Mhm.
literally changed his name to Ye and started saying all kind of outrageous things. And it's a good thing they were talking about bipolar and stuff like that. But he really basically excuse me, y'all. He
Mhm.
really took that opportunity to sabotage anything Kanye West that was attached to Kanye West, his slave name.
Yeah.
And he started going by Ye. And then he murked off his Adidas situation, his Balenciaga situation, all his other situations. And he's starting from scratch.
Which they all attributed to mental illness, and which is something that I just want to touch on, how this country is always so quick to label something or someone as crazy when it no longer wants to go along with the agenda that they've set in place that does not work in the best interest of the artist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people have to really take into consideration, even part of the reason why I'm taking the stand that I'm taking and I'm doing the things that I'm doing, because I know that the things that they have set in place, the structure, the way they put it all together, it is literally done for my harm, not for my good. And not
Right.
only that, the more I make, the more I get, the more they take and they take and they take, so that they keep you on the hamster wheel. Like,
Yep.
I don't think people understand, when you see multi-million-dollar artists or even billion-dollar artists, that's how much money they're worth to the system. That's not
Mm-hmm.
how much money they have. That's how much money they're worth to the system. Like Biggie always said, more money, more problems. So the more you have, the more they own you. The
Yep.
more successful you are, not for yourself, for them.
Right.
Which is part of the reason why him linking up with the Kardashian family, in my opinion, was one of the worst things that could have happened to them, because they are industry, like, loyal.
Oh yeah.
Like, when you hear Kim talking, and I don't understand, I'm very grateful that these people do all the things that they do for me. I'm grateful that they let me have a job. I'm so thankful. And I don't know why you do the things that you do. These people, they let you. See, it's that language. And when he started wanting to break away, you saw the way they turned on him. And
Oh
it's
yeah.
so funny, because now even the Carters and the Kardashians have now become friends, trying to figure out how to solve the Kanye problem.
Exactly.
Because
Now,
that's really what that friendship is all about.
yeah, it's not about. It's really about neutralizing Kanye even further. Now, they've been successful. If they're able to block his global, monetary, he can't go over to the UK and get busy. That's a problem. And it's going to slow him down a bit. But I see the play, and I'm letting everybody know. I was like, I think that's why he did all that. He needed to, like, build. It's called, what is it, build and destroy. That's what they say. You build, you destroy and build, destroy and rebuild. He literally destroyed Kanye West so he can rebuild Ye. Now, I still don't put this clown on a pedestal, simply because he got to apologize to my good friend Dr. Melina Abdullah in person in order for me to be like, all right, Ye, whatever, Yeezy, we good. Because
Well, then do yourself
what
a
he
favor.
said for,
Stop holding your breath, because I don't think that's ever going to happen.
I
She
don't
ain't no
think
rabbi.
I know she's not Rabbi whatever his name is. She's definitely not Rabbi whatever his name is. But
Rabbi Young Meat.
oh wow. But yeah, if he apologizes to BLM, and maybe, see, he's done a lot of things, and it's kind of like, okay, I get what you're doing, but then it's like when you do certain times, like, oh man, I don't know, I can't even defend
He
that.
doesn't have to apologize, because they don't have any power
Yeah, I know,
in the
and,
global stage.
and he's not going to. I get it, but what I'm just saying, I don't give him that. I don't put him on a pedestal, because, but as a producer, he gets props, and what he did for hip hop, because that's where we're going with this conversation. Hip hop legends and what you contributed to the culture. He ain't rap about selling no D-rugs. He literally was, encouraging people, to be educated, and the whole college dropout stuff. I know, you could say, well, maybe he's talking about not going to college or whatever. But anyway,
He wasn't lying. College is a waste of damn time, especially
well,
now with AI.
well, that's, yeah. But I'm saying he
AI
wasn't.
making college obsolete. All of these kids is going to graduate. They're going to be heavily in debt with student loans, and they're going to get beat out by a robot every time.
Exactly. But he wasn't promoting degeneracy. The only degenerate song that I can point out is the one with him and Lil Pump. But that's a whole nother conversation. Speaking of,
There was some interesting lyrics on, Watch the Throne.
yeah, okay, yeah, but okay, yeah,
There was
you're
some
right.
interesting lyrics on Watch the Throne. What was it? people say marriage is cursed by monogamy.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's all
Yeah.
right if you
Uh-huh.
effing as long as you don't do it without me,
Right, right,
and
right, right.
to the pain, and we drink champagne, and yeah. I mean, the thing is Kanye, he spoke to the debauchery of our times.
Yeah, he did.
Like, he was honest about what
He
was
was.
really, really, really going on.
He was. Yeah.
And for that, you have to just give him credit for having the audacity to say, hey, this is what we're doing out here. This is what it's like out here.
And yeah, like
This
he
is
had
what we got going on.
the video where he had, I forget the name of the video, with all of the naked, everyone was naked. That I keep talking about that, and I was just like, bro, that was some art. And he was
And
also letting us
everyone
know,
was in bed
yeah,
together.
he was letting us know some stuff. Great, 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 great. It was great art. And
But you know
speaking of,
what's funny? He got that out of Revelations.
mm,
Because in the
explain.
book of Revelations, it speaks about how the prosty will get in bed with the nations, and how they'll
Ah,
all be in cahoots together in the
ah,
last days.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a good point. We're gonna end it there. Speaking of being in bed together, um, no offense, y'all. I'm kind of
Allegedly.
allegedly, right? Um, we have another legend here who just passed away. Passed away. His name is Afrika Bambaataa, the founder of the Zulu Nation. He was a what gang was he a part of in New York? And then he turned that whole gang into a community thing where they were helping the kids, and that's where we got the Zulu Nation. But I forgot the name of the gang. I'm definitely going to mention him in my new project, Set in the West 2, simply because I even in Set in the West 1, I had talked to Griff, and I'm gonna bring up Griff. I think we spoke briefly about the whole Bambaataa thing because I was putting this project together with Bam on hip hop in 2016, and there was these rumblings about Bambaataa, and I think Hassan Campbell just appeared into the internet streets and started talking about Bam,
Yeah.
and yeah, the Ace of Spades, yeah, exactly, Ace of Spades. Um,
Which is funny because that's the name of that
and
champagne that
that
Jay-Z.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
Black Spade. No, it's the Black Spades, not the Ace of Spades. The Black Spades.
I was about to
Somebody,
say that would be
Black Spades,
interesting.
bro. Thank you for the franchise, TV. You get the shout out of the day. That's what's up. Yeah. Uh, Bambaataa started
I actually pulled up
the.
his
Yeah, I see.
his,
I see.
yeah.
Let me go here though. I just wanted to. I'll let you
Sure.
get the next one because I wanted to. Well, and you know how we're gonna move with this, but we're talking about legends, hip hop legends. Bambaataa. I think somebody said. I think Karis one mistakenly said he invented hip hop. That's not. He didn't even invent the term hip hop. That was
Wow.
Love Buzz Starsky, I believe. But Bambaataa was a legend, did great things for hip hop. Now, when we talk about certain accusations and things that have happened, you know, stuff that was spoken about that I'm gonna just say hearsay because I always go with this. If you're gonna come with some accusations, you gotta have proof. You gotta have proof. You can't just say, I'm not gonna say anything about anybody if I ain't got proof. Supposedly, and I'll get into the Hassan stuff later because I kind of, but supposedly he was alleged to have done some things. Uncle Mo, Uncle Mo, to the less, y'all know, right? And
You be botching that stuff up.
well, you know how it is. I was gonna say Uncle Fester. That's all, Uncle Mo Fester, right? Uncle Mo Fester. How about that? But these were allegations. There were never any charges. There was never anything brought to the court. Now, there was a civil case that came and was the judge was it was ruled upon last year, and he was found guilty, but that's because he didn't show up.
Yeah.
So technically, okay, we got that, and that's a civil case, but I'm still not seeing proof. I'm still not seeing hundreds of people coming out saying, yeah, well, he did this and he did that.
We're not even seeing dozens.
No, we're not seeing a lot of stuff. Brother Rich, shout out to Brother Rich. Was it 363 Empire? Shout out to him. He had the good brother Griff on yesterday, and I tuned in. We both
Professor
tuned
Griff.
in. Shout out to Griff, my brother Griff. I think we got to go visit him in Soleil, Jag. I think he wants us.
You keep saying it.
No, we got to go visit him because I'm already on the road doing my documentary stuff. He's going to be in the Set in the West too as well, obviously, because he was in part 1. But Griff made a statement about Bam and said, the whole thing about PDFers and the protectors and putting them on pedestals and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he made some. Griff was going in because he was like, "Have you seen a picture with Bam and women?" Oh shit, damn, you got me there. You're right. But again, I'm not going off of allegations and hearsay. I'm just not. I'm still going to give him his just due. Bambaataa who was a uniter. It was about hip hop was about peace, love, unity, having fun, all that. He was the embodiment of that then, and that Planet Rock that went crazy. It was
Planet Rock was a global success for the future of hip hop.
Yeah, it helped pave the way for the culture. And let me say this too. Music industry and hip hop totally different. Music industry and hip hop. I'm gonna tell y'all that just because we mentioned that song doing what it did globally musically. We're not saying that the music industry is hip hop. Don't get it twisted. What did you want to say about Bam? Because I know you had the Wikipedia up.
Well, no, I just was pulling it up just in case there was any other details that we needed to grab out or anything that we wanted to highlight regarding him and his contributions. But we can just keep keeping the conversation loose.
Okay. I just basically wanted to say that in the same thing, like I said about the last legend before, Kanye. I don't put none of these cats on a pedestal like that. I had an opportunity to interview Bam, and I should have just did it. It was like last summer. Remember we were talking to folks?
Yeah, I know.
I should have just did it, but guess what? That was my bad. I feel bad because same thing with Ganja K. Shout out to the legend Ganja K, one of Lamert Park's legends, Ganja K. I was on the phone with him, like, yo, bro, I'm working on this. He's like, oh man, good brother. Okay, man, yeah, pull up. And dude passed away like weeks later.
Let's just keep it all the way a buck. The reason why we didn't do it was because of the controversy around it.
It was too controversial, and it was right before that civil case was about to come out. Yeah,
I know, and we wanted to fall back and chill and wait. And the funny thing is now I wish we had done it.
I know,
because it would have been great to have had a one-on-one conversation with him regarding how he's dealing with the fallout around his name, because at this point in time this is the most unfair situation, because it's like it's an incomplete conversation, but the other side of the conversation is now alive to tell their story. And I just want to, can we take 1 second, because I want to acknowledge something real fast.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because people like to say a lot of things about me.
Mm-hmm.
People like to talk a whole lot about me, and I love it. I really do. I can't stand people lying on me. I can't stand people calling me a liar. But when people get to talking about what I am and who I am,
show us.
I can show you better than I can tell you.
Show us who you are.
See, this right here, just so y'all can see for yourself.
Well, put it to the camera, because it's kind of, you already know.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
doing my. I will put it to the camera. I'm trying
'Cause
to.
it- well, the yeah, I
Right
know how
now,
to.
I'm just showing the emblem.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put that out there.
Well, that's because
Do you know where this T-shirt? What this T-shirt is? Do you remember?
yeah,
Because you
it's
was there
from
when
when
it
they
was
gave it
given
to
to
you, when
me
the Universal Zulus gave it to you as the
to
Zulu
become a
Queen.
member.
Yes.
To become a
Now,
member. No, to become a member of Zulu Nation.
now
Now it's funny because
Hassan Campbell
this
is
this
running
little this
around
little this little his poor behind has been through so much trouble in his life.
literally.
Apparently, it was ran through by prolific rappers, and it got slugs busted into it at the projects in the Bronx. Like, boy, when you gonna calm down and give your ass a break?
Yeah, Hassan Campbell went around running his mouth saying that you didn't have no connections to the Zulus. You don't know what you're
Yeah, I
talking
don't
about.
know
You wasn't around with
nothing.
Bam. You was not this.
Hold on one
Because
second.
I think because he got be careful. He got
Hold on one.
butt hurt. No pun intended.
No,
Right?
hold on one second. No, because see, let me get my reader so I can read what this say here. Let me get my readers. You know, I'm an old girl. Okay, just to be I want to make sure I'm reading this correct. In the name of Atum Amun Ra, Ancient of Days and Nights, the Universal Zulu Nation.
Yeah, Hassan Campbell literally just went on his page because he got word.
You don't have. They don't sell these.
No, you can't buy it. But he went on his
These
page.
have to be given to you, and
He
you
went on
only
his-
get the beads when you're a member.
But he went on his page and said you have no affiliation and you don't know who you're talking about and you wasn't around and this, but you literally he got word of a short. I guess Classic did a short when we were talking about the situation with Bam.
I don't
and
know
I was
what.
like,
I don't know who.
he said you don't know you not down with this. He said you don't know nothing. He basically
Jigga what?
he
Jigga
clowned
who?
himself. That's the thing. That's funny. It's like he clowned himself.
Jigga what?
And he always clowns himself. The guy literally tells everybody to super violate his like button.
Like, I don't know no assault victim that would run around using the word violate like as a marketing to market his channel.
And I don't know I don't know an assault victim that would be sitting here smiling with his accuser. That's the problem I have. This picture was taken in around 2013, and
yeah, right before he started speaking out about him, he's sitting there just
you sitting there posing and smiling with this man.
yeah, as a matter of fact, looking happy to get this moment.
Now, Hassan Campbell, are you Zulu? Because I don't we don't know if you're Zulu, right? So you can go around and do the COINTELPRO stuff and say some things about Afrika Bambaataa, but do not press any charges. Don't bring up any receipts or evidence to say that you were a victim of Afrika Bambaataa. But we got a picture of you smiling 3 years before you go public about it.
Looking like a whole fan.
A whole weirdo.
You want to know what I noticed? He got them beads around his neck. I got them beads around my neck. The only thing I've ever heard you get is a pearl necklace.
Ugh.
We all know what a pearl necklace is, don't we? It's when someone gets the baby batter dipped all over their neck.
Ahmad,
that is what happened to you, right?
Ahmad Green, what's going on? Because you cussing in my chat. That ain't cool. And Ralph the Unwise.
Oh, I already took care of that.
You never hit my link,
I
partner.
already took care of that.
You never hit my link. I made a live specifically for you, and then I went and did a lot. You never hit my link. You are a coward.
Why are we saying names of
Yeah,
nobody
he's a coward.
during
Yeah.
this video?
Stop libeling. Okay, Ahmad. Who are you talking about? I don't know who Ahmad Green is really referring to, but I guess we got a bunch of people who are interested in the drama because look,
I don't know what
to me, Hassan Campbell is a drama queen. Let me keep.
I don't understand what drama there is to speak of. This dude sits with Vlad.
Yeah.
Bragging about getting shot in his tuchus for a viral moment on YouTube.
You staged that whole thing allegedly. Like, you're weird, bro.
Meanwhile, while you busy taking shots at me, like excited, like he couldn't wait for this man to be dead.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't wait for this man to be dead. So he could get online and have that moment. Shout out to the world. With Planet Rock playing in the background. Like, if that ain't a cloud chase, I don't know what is.
I hear what Spinning My Opinion says here about Stockholm Syndrome, because I wanted to talk about that, and we may do a deeper dive on that on the Patreon tomorrow, maybe.
Stockholm Syndrome is one thing. Making a lifestyle out of going viral, though, that I don't know what that has to do with Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah. And the thing is we have weird uncles in the family that have maybe done some stuff and, you know, touched some kids and stuff like that. And Big Mama, well, don't do nothing to him because y'all, we know. We'll talk more about that.
Can I say something though, right quick? Because Griff says some really interesting things. We're having a really interesting, conversation right now. And there's an intersection here. And what did I say when Griff started talking about you've never seen Bambaataa coupled up in no pictures with no chick?
Right.
And that's true. I could also say the same about DJ Premier.
Oh.
I could.
And shout out to
I'm just saying, how many pictures have you seen him coupled up with?
No. You don't really see. No, you're right.
No.
And I'll say shout out to Premier, shout out to Guru. But everybody knows that Guru
was my brother, and I love him very much. But I'm gonna tell you something right now. The one person that was the most uncomfortable about his lover Solar coming out, DJ Solar coming out to speak about his loss and losing Guru and their special relationship that they had, the person that had the biggest problem with it was Primo. Primo did everything that he could do to shut Solar up. It was a public fight. It was terrible. And what I will say is this. When you have a closeted or a down low gay man who doesn't want to come forward and speak on what they are or what they do, the easiest way to get them is to call them a PDFer. That's the easiest label to put on a down low closeted man, because the only way to defend himself would be to expose the one secret he wants to take to his grave. So I just think that a lot of people don't really do y'all believe that Solar crap? I'm going to tell you this right now. Solar wasn't lying. Guru was my brother, and I would never. He's one of the greatest MCs I ever knew. I love him still to this day. I'm actually working and rewriting and reworking some of his earlier works that I want to actually turn into songs that I know he would approve of. I was on Jazzmatazz.
You are.
Love Rule. But one of the greatest crimes that hip hop ever committed was pretending that Wendy Williams was lying about hip hop culture. Let's just be honest. There is more homosexuality in the hip hop community than hip hop likes to be real about.
Mm.
And I'm going to tell you this right now. It is a crime. It is a sin. It is a shame that people are forced to pretend like they are not who they are for the to sell y'all a bunch of shit you don't even need. Like
Well,
let's just keep it a buck. And the problem that I'm having with this whole situation with Bambaataa and being discussed and all of this is like we like to pick and choose our conversations. But meanwhile, while we're talking about this, we're not talking about everybody that's on the Epstein files.
right.
We're not talking about that at all. Like we're picking and choosing. Kanye West is being forced to have to walk away from and being turned away from countries where he was just welcomed into because of things he said. And meanwhile, they're worried about promoting concerts with a man and whose proteges who are managed by his company, he's in them files and his proteges are in them files.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's talking about no, shut down all of your shows. The Roots should be ashamed for bringing that shit to Philadelphia because they are saying is that they are okay with those files.
Exactly.
They don't have no problem with publicly supporting what's in them files. And we're studying those files. And I'm telling you right now, it ain't nothing to sneeze at. You want to know what else? Something that we found? And we're going to be talking about it more because I'm going to be doing a deep dive. It's 3 million pages, and a lot of people are picking and choosing the stories that they're talking about. But we're going to make this a running series for God knows how long. Podcast and going through the details and picking out the things that maybe not everybody else is going to talk about. And we'll probably be sharing some of it Patreon. And who knows, there might be a short or two here for YouTube. YouTube ain't so
but it'll mainly be on your
welcoming.
podcast. It's FYI.
But the Jaguar Right Uncensored podcast is where we're going to be doing the deep dive. It's been almost 2 months since they did that 3 million file dump.
Yeah.
And we're just getting to the place now where we're able to start, of things because it's so much information. But what I will tell you is this. Recently, the Jigga Man did an interview and he did it with an African mask that he was holding where he was only showing half of his face. And even though there is no Illuminati and even though nobody's doing any of the satanic rituals and even though none of that's he's doing exactly that, hiding his face with half of the African mask. Guess who also had a lot of masks that looked just like that one in the files? Jeffrey Epstein. That's just a fun little fact that I'm sharing here. Do you hear what I'm saying? Y'all need to go back and y'all need to look at that thumbnail that I put up when we started talking about the wireless being canceled and the Jigga Man being on it. And I had him with the picture with the mask, except for I had Jeffrey Epstein's face. That was done on purpose. For somebody that ain't got no connection to this person, they got a lot of connections going on.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the artwork in and around that Brooklyn library where they're worshiping him, it's kind of reminiscent of stuff that was in Jeffrey Epstein's house. What, did they have the same decorator? So yeah,
Well, someone just made this comment. We're gonna get out of here, but they said, you want to be real. If I ever heard the rumors living in the Bronx and having elders around me at the time, but I wouldn't be real if I said I've never heard. Oh, okay. You never heard the rumors. Got it. Well,
Who
hey,
never heard the rumors
this person said they never heard the rumors about
Bambaataa?
they wouldn't be. I wouldn't be real if I said I never heard the rumors living in the Bronx having elders. So, look, all we're doing is saying accusations is one thing, evidence is another. I'm not putting Bam on a pedestal either, but I'm still going to give Bam his props and what he did and for hip hop. Same thing like Kanye. I don't really rock with Kanye like that.
My
because
thing
he's
is
just
yeah,
my friend. But at the same time, what he did for hip hop, we'll give him his accolades. But
he did a lot for hip hop, and yet when it comes to the Jigga Man, who's only taken from hip hop, everyone wants to give him credit for, he's done so much for the culture. Bambaataa did more for the culture than Jay-Z ever did, and yet Bambaataa is being vilified for these things, but nobody wants to discuss this. And this is what I'm saying. If we're going to talk about one, let's talk about it all.
Exactly. Let's talk about the Jay-Z rumors, right?
Let's talk about it all.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about why everybody is sitting here lying and pretending like Diddy ain't who he is. Let's talk about it all. Let's talk about all those bad boy artists that should have been testifying at their trial, that kept their mouths shut so that they could get better helpings at Master's table. Let's talk about it all. Like, we gotta stop. If that man is guilty and there is evidence and proof that he is guilty, then that's fine. But we got to stop having selective outrage. And that's my biggest problem when it comes to this whole Afrika Bambaataa passing thing. Because now he's no longer here to give his testimony about what happened or what didn't happen. There was no big case where all of his people came together. All we got now are like, we got Hassan Campbell. That's what we got. We got Hassan Campbell. We're going to talk all of them. Then I think we need to stop being so picky about who we talking about. Because there's a lot of people that did a lot of things for the culture, and they also did a lot of harm. But we got to talk about it all. We can't just talk about pieces of it. Everyone needs to be addressed. And if we're not going to start being like real about the covert sexual nature in the down low culture in hip hop, then we should just stop talking about everybody until we're willing to talk about everybody. R. Kelly being convicted of a RICO and Diddy not being convicted of a RICO only means that the people that Diddy was working with cared a little bit more about his future than they did R. Kelly's. Or maybe R. Kelly being gone forever and a day and not getting home until he an old man gives them the opportunity to run through his whole catalog and take all of the money. Because I see what they're doing now. They're bringing people forward to say nice things about R. Kelly again, to try to soften up the hard job that they did on destroying his name, so people will feel comfortable with them lifting R. Kelly campaign. Industry can make money off of his very lucrative catalog. What's going on, LP? Like, I want y'all to think about that. The only time these people step up to defend or protect is when it lines their pockets when it is in their best financial interest. So, who's got their hands on Bambaata's catalog? And how much is it worth? See, that's a question I'd like to know. Matter of fact, let me go take a look. Because I wonder who owns it. I wonder who's going to be making this money. Who owns Africa Bambaataa masters? There we go. That's what we'll do. Master recordings. That's what we'll put here. That's a little bit. Let's see. Let's see here. All right, it's taking me right back to his Wikipedia. Like, I don't think people really get it. When it comes to this industry, it's all about the money. It's all about the money. Now that's funny because I'm sitting in here and I'm reading because it's all here in his Wikipedia. Child sexual abuse allegations. April 2016, Bronx political activist Ronald Savage accused Bambaataa of sexually molesting him in 1980 when Savage was 15. From the allegations, 3 more men accused Bambaataa of, and this is all in Rolling Stone. Okay. In early 2016, the Universal Zulu Nation disassociated itself, sure did, from Bambaataa as part of the organization restructuring. Sure did. I would know. Trust me, I would know. Okay. That's funny. I'm sitting here looking through all of this. I don't see no Hassan Campbell. Not at all. I'm reading through all of this. Okay, on March 21st, in an interview with Vladimir Lyuski, Melly Mel, and Grandmaster Flash of the Furious Five said everyone knew about the accusations, but would not respond when asked if he specifically knew. Interesting. In October 2021, Bambaataa was sued by an anonymous man who alleged that between 1991 and 1995, Bambaataa repeatedly sexually hurt him when he was a minor and also moved him around in traffic, him to other adult men. In November 2024, French hip-hop pioneer Solo of the hardcore rap group The Assassinos alleged in his autobiography, Note Mon Nom C'est Taliste, that he had been sexually victimized by Afrika Bambaataa in the 80s at the age of 17 while staying at Bambaata's residence. Solo also claimed he witnessed Bambaataa sexually assaulting a minor. Okay, then they talk about the civil trial that happened last year, which is wild because he went to trial the same time that Diddy went to trial in the New York Supreme Court, and he didn't show up. He passed away from prostate cancer in Pennsylvania on April 9th, 2026, at the age of 68. Now that's interesting because nobody is really, I'm sitting here looking at the labels, Paul Winley Records, Manhattan EMI, Tommy Boy Warner Brother, Blatant Records, Capitol Records, EMI Records, Tommy Boy again. We have XYZ Music, Hottie Music, Profile, Arista, BMG Records, the Hudson Van Dam Group. We have the DMC Group, Burger Music. Question is, who owns his masters? Who owns the records? Atlantic Records, Celluloid Records. Like, he's got so many. Like, a lot. There's a ton there. So all I can say is, I know they say he died at 67, but actually he's 68. But that's what we should really be talking about. Like, if we really want to talk about Bambaataa, let's talk about his money. How much money did Planet Rock make? How much money does all his catalog fetch a price for? Who is about to make a ton of money? Because now that he's dead, if it doesn't go to his estate, that means it probably went to a corporation, and we're going to be hearing Planet Rock all over the place in a bunch of commercials. It's about the money. Now, if it is true that Bambaataa being a PDFer was the best kept secret in hip hop, well, then the shame should be on hip hop, shouldn't it? Shouldn't it be on hip hop? Shouldn't hip hop have called this out? I think so. But it didn't. They kept it quiet. Oh, why? Because of the money. That's why they kept it quiet. Now, like I said, I was never around anybody. I never really heard about this until it started coming up on the internet. But what I will say is, of the accusers that were named in his legitimate Wikipedia, the one name that we didn't see is Hassan Campbell. We just see him on YouTube. I don't know nothing, no. I ain't got nothing to do with Zulu. Wasn't never around Zulu. Don't know nobody from Zulu. I know nothing. I know nothing. Isn't that cute? Sonny Son. Ain't that cute? Ain't you cute? You don't know anything about me. You don't know anything about who I'm connected to. Because, see, I always have a receipt. The problem with a lot of you people online, though, now, is that you're mad that I'm here online, around y'all, amongst y'all. So y'all can't just be sitting around making money off of my name. You know? See, that's what y'all really got a problem with. Y'all really got a problem with the fact that you're not here running the conversation, running all of it, saying whatever you want to say without me being around. I mean, that's really the problem, isn't it? That's really the problem. That's the real issue. You know, for like 4 years almost, people got to sit here on this app and they got to say whatever they wanted to say. I got people that have made millions of dollars off of my name collectively. But see, now that I'm here, the people get to come and sit with me. They get to come and talk to me. They get to get the word from me, not from what y'all said. You don't know me, boy. But what I do know about your really swollen high yellow ass is that you put your foot in your mouth. No different than Vladimir Lyuski did. And it's so wild because even after we showed the evidence that old Vladdy Vlad was lying, where is it? Is this it here? Is this the emails? It's just funny because you was over there sitting with that liar. Both of y'all liars sitting together. And then Vladdy Vlad want to come back and say, oh, well, that's not real because she blocked out the email and da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, we did, because if we hadn't blocked out the email, you would have said that we were doxing your producer and doxing your staff, and you would have tried to sue me. This is what it's hidden for. I would never have her on my platform. I never wanted her on my platform. Really? Liar. Liar. All of y'all be lying. And it's cool. I just find it funny that you want to do a video and say my name and then talk about lying and lying and lying. But I'm going to tell you what I do know. The alleged victims that came forward are listed in his Wikipedia. And your name is not. And that's a fact. Matter of fact, let's get it up here for the record. Let's get it up here for the record. Let me make sure the people see it. Because, see, I read it. But let's make sure the people see it. Because really what that just makes you is just another talking head on YouTube. Willing to clout chase an unfortunate individual so that you can get a couple of bucks. What is this that you saying over here, Sharon? And let's not forget, Jag, a lot of them, you built their platform up on this YouTube. All I can say is if they didn't have you to talk about, they wouldn't eat at all. Dirty dog. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? I mean, let's take a look. The Essie actual allegations. I see Ronald Savage is up in here. And that was noted not on Vlad, but in Rolling Stone. Let's see, who else? Who else we got up in here? Huh? Let's see. We got somebody else, don't we? I mean, yeah, Grandmaster Flash, Millie Mel. They talked about it. But hold on. Oh boy, yeah, Solo. A French artist. I see all of these people's names in here. You know whose name I don't see? I don't see Hassan Campbell. I don't see Hassan Campbell. Wikipedia isn't a reliable source, and neither is YouTube. Neither is YouTube. What I do know is that what goes on Wikipedia, a lot of people take from public records. And guess what? Hassan Campbell's name ain't on none of them either. He just here on social medias. He goes out of his way to say crazy things like you don't know nothing about Zulu Nation and you don't be around Zulu Nation. This is my t-shirt from my chapter that I'm a member of. These are the beads. I just don't wear them all the time. Because unlike some people online, I don't spend my time clout chasing my associations. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't need to. I don't need to cloud chase my associations. And not everybody needs to know who I am and what I got going on. Salute to Archangel Michael in the building. I heard you live, your last one that I stopped through. I'm feeling it. You felt like an old time preacher at a revival. You was up there kicking it heavy, boy. But you know, a lot of people think they know a lot of things, and a lot of people listen to a lot of things. But what I'll say is we need to start becoming a little bit more invested in getting to the heart of the truth. And be very careful who you listen to. You know, because a lot of people, they like to call people liars, but they don't ever really have any facts. They don't ever really, like, I've heard a lot of people call me liars, and I see no receipts. I hear a lot of talking. I hear a lot of craziness. I hear a lot of people making stuff up about me, and it's so sad. Like, it's like they got a list of lies to tell about me so they can sit online and they can just lie about me all day. Lie about my father, lie about my children, lie about my family, lie about my career, lie about whatever relationship I'm in or not in, lie about ex-spouse. Like, people lie on me all day long. That's why I find it funny when people call me a liar, because I'm sitting there like, you sitting here calling me a liar. Even Vladimir Layuski, even Pierce Morgan. You want to know what I find interesting, though? Ain't nobody talking about Ariel Mitchell Kidd and how she's been suspended for legal misconduct by the Florida bar after she put me in that lawsuit. Me, Drewski, Odell Beckham. Ain't nobody talking about that. You want to know what else nobody's talking about either? Look into the judge. Okay. Salute to you. Salute to you. Thank you, Spesh. You know, Spesh, I'm thinking, because right now, as we're reshaping our platforms and reshaping the kind of content that we're doing, I really do need to put together a full on like research team. So if any of you are actually interested in working with the Jaguar Wright Effect and the Jaguar Wright Show and Set in the West, if you would be interested in just, you know, donating some of your time to helping us get the research, because there's a lot of information out there. And I'm not going to lie, these Epstein files are overwhelming. They are overwhelming, the stuff that we're finding. You know, me and Grace, we're doing the deep dive. We're getting all the way in it. So it's like, it's a lot. But if there's anybody who would be interested, just leave an email here at the Real Jag 77 email address. That would be great. And yeah, because there's so much. There's so much. I'm just sick and tired. You know what? I haven't even checked the likes, Michael. I haven't even checked, so I'm not sure what they're looking like. But please, if you're not liking, I hope you will. I hope you will. Please do. Please do. So yeah, I think I'm about to up. Anybody who would like to be a part of our research staff and help us research, you know, the different things that we're talking about, we could use all the help we could get. Appreciate you guys. Yes, but no trolls. No trolls. No trolls. Even though I think it won't be hard to figure out the trolls because they're just going to try to give us bad information. So, yeah, if you're on your mobile, just double tap the screen. If you're at home, hit that remote control. If you're just, on your regular, horizontal landscape, just go up and hit that like button. We appreciate you. It's I don't know, this whole thing has been very troubling. I remember the first time I heard Planet Rock as a girl. I used to dance my ass off. It was like one of the favorite songs for breakdancers to breakdance to. And, they get out in the neighborhood and they put the cardboard, out there on the ground, and then they just go to work. They go to work. Seeing people spinning on their heads, doing the backspin with the legs up and then coming down like this. You know what I mean? And when I think of hip hop, and that's part of the reason why I speak out the way that I do, because when you think of all of those fond memories, you don't think about all of the harm. And I just want to say this to all of the alleged victims of Afrika Bambaataa, the people that have actually come forward and tried to take action. I wish you all peace in your heart. And if this man has done what you've said that he's done to you, I pray now that you can at least rest a little easier. I don't know if his passing will make any of your lives better, but I don't think those transitions make the pain go away. But I hope you can rest a little easier. Because I would never want to call somebody a liar who's experienced some of the things that I've experienced in my life, from wherever, from however. Hold on a second. What you talking about, Special? The judge for Bam's case is the son of Steve Titch, the family named after the New York School of Arts. Their cousin is current NYPD commissioner. And I see that's interesting. That's interesting. Might have to take a little deeper look into that. Any updates on Al B. Sure? Well, from what I've seen, Al is doing fine, having fun, hanging out with his best girl, Lunel, and doing what he's doing. Any updates on what he's trying to do? I don't know. Ever since they shut down his book last year. It's funny. They shut down his book, but they let that 50 Cent documentary go through, and it's weird because nobody's talking about Little Rod's case anymore. It was a big one. You want to know who else's case they're not talking about? Anna Kane. Teacher had the most ridiculous person running around here on YouTube pretending to be her. Not even the same nationality or from the same country. Definitely not the same body. It's like crazy, the stuff that goes on out here in this world. But what I will say regarding my friend, I just pray he's happy. He's been through enough hell. So guys, I think, you know what? Why don't we do something just a little different tonight? Because this was going to be a simple conversation, but the truth is I really want to see if anybody has any opinions about what we're talking about here. Yeah, since we're here. Who knows? Maybe our other favorite hosts will pop back up. So we're going to take this. We're going to put that link in the chat. Did we get there yet? It should be popping up soon. Oh, hold on. My bad. Salute everyone. Okay, we got the link in the chat. If anybody would like to come forward and have a little talk about the topic tonight before we roll out, I think that could be kind of dope. I think that would be kind of cool. Salute. Salute. Let me switch up to here. Yeah. Switch up the vibe a little bit. That's not an accident either. That's by design that nobody talks about that name. Trust me, that's by design. I said a little something about it and people got a little upset. I just told the truth. But the thing is I don't need to be the one telling people stories. People need to tell their stories. It means so much more that way. You know, and that's why this whole conversation with an alleged victim of Afrika Bambaataa here on the YouTube is so interesting, because I've come forward and I've spoken. Oh, hold on a second. Our girl Special is in the building. Hey, Special, what's going on, sweetie? How you doing? Welcome.
I'm well, Auntie. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
I figured since I was in the chat and I'm not multitasking, why not? If nobody else wanted to come up.
So how are you feeling about the topic tonight? What we're talking about? Where do you sit with all of this?
So thank you for allowing people to come up and talk, because this is something I've been thinking about for a minute. I'm thinking about where I stand with my beliefs with survivors, and juxtaposing that with what you're sharing about Hassan Campbell, right? So I believe survivors, right? Because I want to always automatically believe survivors when they come forward, because I know it takes guts to come forward, especially if you're coming forward against somebody who's a public figure, right? But some of the stuff, as shared earlier, hello, how are you?
Hey, DJ Riri, welcome. We're just having a conversation with Special. We'll tap you in a second. Go ahead.
Yeah,
most of the people. I love you, girl.
Oh, thank you.
We gotta.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
I think that Hassan is probably a survivor. Oh, hey, baby girl. He's probably a survivor. However, the way that he's going about his trauma, he's a survivor of a lot of things, just from what I've seen in like 10 minutes of listening to him talk.
Yeah, he's been through everything, hasn't he?
He's been through a lot of things. And I think what's best for him is to get off the internet and lay on somebody's couch.
The boy went down there to the projects, crashed all the way out, got pow-powed in his tuchus, and from what I've heard in the backdrop, that was all arranged.
What?
Because people was on his ass and about to expose him as a fraud. So he allegedly created that whole situation. And then he went down there and sat in the hospital bragging and showing his little flesh wounds.
Yeah, nah. See, and that's what I'm saying. That requires therapy.
Honey, the simple fact that he's supposed to be a survivor and his entrance into his all of his content super violate that like button? Why would you say something as a survivor?
That's right.
But wait
Yeah.
a minute. Let's tap in DJ Riri and see what she has
Zach,
to say, because I know
Zach,
you're gonna be here
listen,
for a second.
I gotta get this kid to bed, but I want you to do something with me. Listen.
What?
I love you anyway. Come on, bring it home.
What?
And I stay. Sing it. Think you are the one to me. Come on.
You came up here to to ask me to do a karaoke
I need to hear you sing. Sing her to bed. Sing something. Give us any line.
for the baby.
Yes, for the baby.
Okay, hold on a sec. This for the
I
baby.
gonna sing to you.
Actually, let me see if I can get it to this beat. Well, you know what? Probably not. But
Look,
because of the delay, because there's a sound delay. But
Okay.
anywho's in, I will love you anyway, even if you cannot stay. I think you are the one for me. Right here is where you want to be. I just want to satisfy you, cause you're not mine and I can't deny you. Don't you hear me talking, baby? Love me now or I'll go crazy. Whoa, whoa. Sweet thing, sweet thing, sweet thing. Don't you know you're my everything?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet thing.
Yeah.
Don't you know it's time to go to bed?
Time to go to bed, JJ. All right, I'm gonna tune in on my phone now. That was
All
my
right,
last.
sweetie.
Love you,
Have a
sweetie.
good one. Peace.
Bye.
That was sweet.
That was too cute.
Oh my goodness. But no, seriously, it's just like I said, I'm sitting there reading the Wikipedia. There are people that have come forward.
There
There are
are.
people.
So
Yeah.
I want to say this before I forget, because this was a critical, like, so as we're having this conversation, as I'm listening to your live, I started looking on the Wikipedia with you.
Yeah.
And that's when because honestly, Auntie Jack, I believe that Bam touched some people. I heard some things growing up, just, and I'm a lover of hip hop. Hip hop is a culture that I subscribe to, but I really do believe that. But as I started looking, and again, I believe Hassan is a victim of some things, possibly Bam as well. But looking into the Wikipedia, and I see Judge Alexander Tish is the one that cleared this case. And I'm like, Tish, I know that name. That name is connected to the NYU Tisch School of Arts. Now, that is connected to Steve Tisch. And Steve Tisch, if it's not him, one of his relatives is a player in the music industry. And the Tisch School of Arts is known for pumping out, like, Lady Gaga went there. They're known for exactly, they're known for pumping out people who will make it, essentially. And for the cousin to be Jessica Tisch, who is the NYPD commissioner.
That might be
And
something we need to look into.
so that honestly, just me finding that out today, and I shared it when I made that super chat when I found it out.
Yeah.
And I wanted you to see it because I'm like, nah, this is not just regular chat. I gotta super chat this. That is something that is making me think more on this. That there is a deeper connection to this. That happened last year. Was about the same time. Like, I would be very interested in the gematria and the esoteric behind this. And I would have never thought about that. Like, honestly, I would have never. Listen, I'm like, pedophile dead. Excuse me. PDF dead. PDF dead. PDF gone. So, but that just, yeah. So that was. I just wanted to know your thoughts on that. Like, and I wanted to, like, does that make you think more about it?
I think it's a deeper conversation that needs to be had, and we should probably look into that a little bit more. But not only that, I want to know who's collecting the money off of his royalties now that he's gone.
That part.
Because see, when you look at the esoteric side and then you look at the financial side, and now you're sitting here telling me that the judge on that case has ties to the industry, I want to know. Woo-hoo. I want to know. I want to know the rest. Because the truth is he could have passed away without all of this conversation about all of this that's going on. And like, it's really kind of cheesy and janky in the midst of the whole Epstein files, with all of the entertainers that have been named in there and on there, and people from the industry and adjacent to the industry and the modeling world and all of that. And we're talking about all of these other things, and we're not talking about any of that. You know, it's a lot.
To something that you said before, and then I'll drop down to give other people an opportunity. I do think that it is shame on hip hop, and I think that's a conversation that's been avoided for so long. And as somebody who grew up on hip hop, and a lot of the ways I was raised, you know, is parallel to that. There was a grieving process almost for me with identity being so tied to some of these things that are coming out for what they really are. So I think that is a larger conversation to be had, but nobody wants to talk about it. This may sound controversial, but people talk about, do we separate the art from the music, or the art from the person, excuse me. And I don't think that's really the approach, because if you don't talk about how much of a genius someone is, but also how much of a creep that they could be, then we don't get into the intricacies of who people are.
Not only that, there is an esoteric and spiritual connection between a person and the sound that they emote. That goes inside of you. That goes inside of your mind. It goes inside of your heart. It speaks to your DNA. It's influence. It's influence on a completely different level. And it's important to talk about it.
Last thing, I think music is the new D-Rugs. Because you don't have to use anything to consume it. It permeates the brain, whether voluntarily or involuntarily. I really think...
Do you know the scientific implications of it all? Do you know?
Educate me on to you. Educate me.
I actually got this information from an actual brain surgeon, a brain doctor who studies the human brain and what it can do. Of all of the ways that the mind learns and accepts information, sound is the only one that is guaranteed and that it cannot refuse. Anything that is implanted into your mind through sound, especially rhythmic patterns, your brain can't turn it away. That's why you'll hear a song that you don't like at first, and then 2 weeks later, you're singing along with it. 3 months later, you're hanging out with your friends and it comes on, and all of a sudden you're dancing to it because your mind can't refuse it. That's why the devil loves music. It's one of his greatest tools. Because whatever you're listening to, it becomes implanted in your mind like a virus. And you can't get rid of it. Did you know that?
No.
Music is extremely dangerous. It is the only form of information transfer that your brain cannot reject. Somebody can tell you something, you can hear it and forget it. You can read something and have to go back and read it again because you don't quite remember. But if it's sung to you, you'll never forget it, whether you want to learn it or not. Ain't that something?
It is.
And to know that is dangerous when you think about it, because I want you to think about all of this demonic, debaucherous, terrible music that they're pumping out into the world, that they're playing over and over and over again, that have their own algorithms that are permeating everything all around the world, everywhere. Like, seriously. You can brainwash people into becoming psychopaths with music.
Yeah, that's why I said I think it's the evolved form of the CR word.
Crack. Yeah, like crack.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it. I want to be respectful of the algorithm.
Appreciate that, baby. Appreciate you. Hold on a second. We got somebody at the back door.
Go ahead. I'm going to drop down. I appreciate you. That is all. Keep on doing what you're doing. And I'll be in the comments.
Thank you, sweetie. And if you really want to get into a conversation about researching with us, we'd love to have you. I love your mind. It's very inquisitive. Welcome to the stage. How are you doing, Don P? You have to unmute your mic. Okay, I think there you go. You got it now. Okay, you had it.
There we go. It wouldn't let me unmute. It is a pleasure and a privilege. I've heard your name floating around, usually in the scales of the balance of truth. And so I had seen a couple of videos, and I'm like, okay. So it's like she up on this game. She know what's up. And then I forget, it's been maybe a month. I caught one of your videos and I was like, all right, we right here. So really more intensely over the last couple of weeks, I had subscribed, I've been checking you out, and then I saw this live. I was like, let me just tune in and see what's going on. So I've been riding, in the chat, just listening to it all. And I was putting in there, I'm 62 years old. Well, I'll be 62 in July.
Okay.
Most willing. And I was in the game. I was a swag man. So I worked with a few different people. And what's really interesting is this cohort. The individuals we're talking about. Now, I never met Diddy, but he was orbiting around us. But then at the time, when I was really in it, west side, east side.
Right.
And I'm a west side boy. So that's who I was rolling with. So Utah, worked with Death Row, did a lot of stuff. Do a swag man. Right, for the passing. And I just seen, the underbelly of the game. The game moves like a serpent.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is this. We know who runs the underbelly of the serpent. And, I was like, I was raised a Christian boy. I was all up in the church.
Yeah.
A lot of us. Ain't that the gap for a lot of us? Who got talent? And we exploit it? At any rate, I was really getting into my Christianity. And I knew, working with all these folks wasn't the thing from my spirit, right?
Right.
So I decided to make that switch. So let me go with it.
You're breaking up a little bit. I'm trying to hear you.
Am I?
Yeah, you sound a little far away.
Okay, I'm wondering what's going on with my mic.
Okay, hold on one second. Somebody else in the house. What's going on, Special?
Hey, I'm going to chat you in the private chat.
All right, cool. All right, sorry about that. Go ahead,
No,
Doc.
it's all good. It's all good. It's a live show. Everything can happen. But
Yep.
at any rate, the point I wanted to make was this. So I decided to transition over to gospel and Christian music.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same people.
Found the same problem. I know. It's so
Same people.
disappointing. The same situations, the same. Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. Like I met Beyonce and was acquainted with her prior to her blow up. I met Jay-Z and was acquainted with him prior to his blow up. These people are in the same thing. I was out with Kanye when he was doing his promo college dropout tour. These people are completely different people than I met in the late 90s, early 2000s. These are completely different people, but it shows you how these forces work spiritually. And you're one person I know that's, what's up. So all of the things that they go through in order to make their projects successful, that's real. And what's crazy is it's being exposed to that.
Yeah.
Us already having that foreknowledge is just confirmation. For us, it's like, yeah, okay, now prove that we're not crazy because it's all coming out. It's all coming out. And I watched that Kanye video. That Kanye video was crazy.
Oh yeah, the father video.
The
one with Travis Scott.
Yes, the one with Travis Scott.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a lot of subliminal in there because that's kind of the way, if you know Kanye and the methodology that he works through in his music, and even now, so more of what he's been through in his trek over this last 20 years. Yeah. But the thing about it is there's a lot of truth in it, and the lies are being revealed. People are not who they say they are, and they may not even be people.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the one thing that I learned, and part of the reason why I am in the position that I'm in and where I stand, or why I choose to stand where I stand, is because for a long time, I tried to negotiate with the industry. I actually thought I could negotiate with the beast. You can't negotiate with a beast. It's either you take it down or it takes you down. Or you join the squad and you go hunting with it. And see, that's what ends up happening to a lot of people. A lot of people get into the business, what I've learned. They get into the business and they think, hey, I can do something different. I can change it. I can be different. I don't have to do what everyone else did. If I do this, if I make this friend, hey, this person really likes me, I can avoid all of that. If I pretend, if I don't look, if I mind my business. And then guess what? You start messing with your work. Them gigs start drying up. And they put you in that position where you have to start making choices. Now, you can find a way. But they'll never let you get too far, and they'll never let you go too high. It will be frustrating. And it will stay that way. And the reason why is because they want to influence you to do their agenda. And I came to realize that the longer that I tried to negotiate, the only thing that I was doing was negotiating myself into being further indebted into a system that I knew was designed to kill me. So here I am.
Hey, that system is like sharecropping.
Oh, it's absolutely.
It's like, but wait, I sold 3 million copies. Yeah, but you still owe us.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And so y'all was talking about touring. This is the only way that artists can actually make money not completely outside of the loop,
And
but
that can
outside
even
of the
be,
loop they're caught in.
yeah, but even that can be manipulated.
Well,
Now,
because they own the stadiums.
look at Live Nation.
Exactly.
Live Nation is controlled of 90% of touring. It had gotten to the point where even when I went independent, I'll never forget when I first got taken off of the roster to perform at the Jazz Cafe in London. I had been a regular there for almost a decade. And then they came up with a new rule. And the new rule was if you weren't a Clear Channel artist, you couldn't be booked at the club. And I
don't know about Clear Channel.
Independent. So
Yeah,
I was taken off the
don't
roster.
know about that.
And then a few years after that, found out Clear Channel had pulled out and Jazz Cafe was on life support. I came through and did a performance. They refused to properly promote my show. One of my guys who was at BBC Radio at the time, he was one of my original fans that was there. Like, he was such a Jaguar rights supporter. He literally got my insignia tattooed on his shoulder.
Wow.
I'll never forget the night that I had to sign it. He said, "You have to tattoo it for me, Jag, please." Stephen. And he became a friend. And he says, "I'm going to let London know you're here. And I promise you, London is going to show up." We had to add an extra show. Sold out 2 nights within a couple hours. What was it, like 40 pounds a pop? So, I it's so funny.
What was your message at the time that caused them to react to you in such a way as
fairness.
to...
I was demanding fairness.
Okay.
I was demanding that payola stop being payola. I was demanding fairness. I was demanding that artists be acknowledged. I was demanding that Grammy nominations stop being bought and paid for and people actually win them because they deserved it. I was demanding that artists should actually be able to be artists and not be handled and treated like trash.
Gotcha.
I stood up and I fought against L.A. Reid. I was on the Grammy board. I helped the year that Jasmine Sullivan got her 3-4 nominations. I was a part of that. They were trying to block her. They were going to give it all to Keisha Cole. If it wasn't for me and DJ Silk in that room, 2 of those records wouldn't even got nominated. I had to fight. I had to fight really hard.
It's interesting when you come up on the side of truth and fairness. The opposition to that is the control opposition, and
I was riling
up.
I was causing recklessness with the natives. I was riling up the slaves. It was going to be a revolt.
Oh yeah, you was waking folks up, and that's the thing. See, fairness and justice is part of that triangular stool, which truth is the other leg. And so when those things come up, they have to be blocked by those who are in power because their power is artificial.
Yeah.
And if truth was ever to see daylight is the antiseptic that lies.
That part.
And this is why our brother Kanye is having the problem he's having. But he's at a place where the support you need, you're not tapping into, you're not locking into it. Because you're speaking truth, but you're taking it on by yourself.
Well, that's the only way you're going to take it on. Because nobody's going to help.
But if you have people that are walking, they're aligned in the truth that you're aligned with. I don't know if you remember the video, I'm sure you do, where he was showing his red screen on his phone.
I'm trying to remember. What video was that?
It was an ownership video.
Okay. It's not hitting me right now, but I'm sure it will eventually.
But he was speaking the truth. The truth keeps coming out, but it keeps attempting to be suffocated.
Yeah.
And those who are actually the aggressors are claiming themselves to be victims all the time. And this is
Oh
why
yeah.
our country is in the state it's in, if you understand what I'm saying,
Oh no,
while I'm
I
laying
trust
this
me, I
down.
get it.
It's the
No, I
same
hear
people,
you.
same topic, same everything.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. What Kanye was talking about is truth, and that's what they don't want to come to light.
They got the same problem with him that they have with me, that they have with Wolfgang Amadeus. Salute. He's back on the panel.
It's the truth that this truth has already been spoken. And it was spoken by the one who created the plane we existed on.
Yeah.
So it's actually his truth. And that's where we are. And this is why you're seeing what you're seeing. Certain people groups, they're doing nothing more than playing out their historical role.
Yeah.
They are the whipping belt. They're the whipping belt of the one who created this whole thing. And so when you look back in history, they did exactly what he had purpose for them to do. Be my belt, and I'll need you to whip these folks. And so we're seeing that today. We're seeing the whipping belt coming out.
Rock Nation is a huge whipping belt. Live Nation, huge whipping belt. Like, these Sony records, huge whipping belt.
I'm sorry, we're on a different page, because who you're talking about, the whipping belt that I'm talking about, is whipping those folks as a whole.
Oh, you're talking about karma
as a whole. I'm talking about it's a bigger picture, and it's a whole different dynamic, because see, if you understand that those people who have control over, quote unquote, us, that over 50% of them have dual citizenship, I'm sorry, where does your loyalties lie?
Exactly.
This is where we have problems, because these are also the same people that we're talking about that control those who have the belt that you were talking about.
Yep.
Same folks.
Oh, trust me. If you want to get into having conversations about the likes of Lucy and Grange and all of those other folks, and
you
start talking about BlackRock, and you start talking about the involvement of, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot, especially when you look at the concentration of power.
Yeah. Oh no, it's damning. It's daunting. So but that's why we have to.
No, damning is absolutely the word.
Yeah, I mean, but we have to know. Those of us who know better have to continue to keep doing better, being an example better, and keep encouraging people that better still works.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's people like you, and like the young sister said earlier, I appreciate you opening up the platform for discussion, but I also think it also helps you, because these dialogues stimulate people's interest, and it's like, okay, so it's not just what Jaguar thinks. What was her people thinking? That's they must be like-minded because they're tuning into her. So what are they thinking? What perspective? I want to get a variety of perspectives. I'll take that's good, and that's trash. I'll keep it there.
Well, I appreciate you coming through, and I appreciate you sharing your outlook and your output tonight. Thank you so much.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you so much, Jaguar.
All right. Well, you drive safe, and hopefully this won't be the last time.
Oh, I don't think so. I'll talk to you later, my sister.
All right, brother. Peace, Don P. So on that note, guys, this was a great conversation. Thank you, Don P, for stopping by, to Lady Riri, DJ Riri, and the baby girl. Thank you for popping in. Wolfgang Amadeus, I see you around. I don't know, you didn't say nothing. Do you have any final words before we shut down?
No, good show. I'm actually about to get on to my other lecture, whatever. But good show. That was great. Thanks for everybody for popping up, and we got to do more of these, because in all honesty, like he said, A lot of people got questions. A lot of people they trying to put stuff together, and we'll say something, and it'll make like I guarantee a lot of people will be like, oh, what I said about Kanye just now, it'll start making sense. I mean, you know, and I think that's what we got to start doing is creating dialogue for real. So yeah, good show.
Keep on. That's the formula, isn't it?
Yep, that's what it is.
Well, on that note, I'm Jaguar Wright. This is Wolfgang Amadeus, and yeah, the effect on the set. Well, the set on the effect. I don't know, but stay locked in, stay tuned in. Oh my goodness, wait a minute. Michael is having a moment. What is he talking about before we go? I told him I stopped through to his live, and he sounded like an old revival preacher. What is
yeah, we was listening this morning. Yeah, I know. I was in the building. Yeah, shout out to Archangel Michael. Yeah, he's going in on Ralph as he should. Appreciate you, bro. Yo, at Michael, you already know. He already know.
Well, it's been a blast. I've had fun. We had a little karaoke moment to sing the babies to beds. And our girl, so effing special, she came through, and I love her. She actually she might have a little time to do some research for the team.
Okay. All right.
I told her to make sure she sent an email over to the email attached to the channel, and I also extended that invitation to anybody else who'd be interested in helping us, do a little research and gather intel, because there's so much information and we can only do but so much
we're getting busy though. We're definitely getting busy, but more hands on deck will be better. That's what's up.
Yeah. It would. All right, well then I guess that's it then, huh?
That's it. I'm gonna go out with that dead cow, how she imitates me. Yo, 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 yo.
I don't even understand. Look, all I know is this is what I'm going to say as far as all of their attempts lately.
So they didn't say anything left. Come on, Rob. Come on, Rob.
It's looking just like that to me.
It's sad measure of endeavor indeed.
It's looking just like that to me. They keep falling, just busting their head right open. The feet don't even leave the ground. It's just ooh.
The only thing I gotta say is
some of y'all don't want to hear that because you don't live in reality. But I'm telling you, as a psychologist, I'm not going to be able to psychologize all of them on the corner. Some of them going to sleep for good.
You and that.
Shout out to Dr. Umar.
Shout
out to Dr. Umar.
Shout out to that school. Shout out to that school.
It's coming. I ain't mad at him. He dropped that school's opening. That's what's up.
They're not gonna let him open that school. They're gonna troll that school. They're gonna call the health department. They're gonna do everything to get that school shut down. They can't.
Lennon Honor put in his application to be a janitor. He's gonna be the groundskeeper Willie of the federal the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey.
He gonna be sitting in there looking for content.
He gonna be in there cleaning the toilets. I'm on an undercover assignment. I'm cleaning the toilets, but I'm actually on an undercover assignment.
I'm telling you, when that school open up, Lennon Honor's gonna be the first student. He gonna show up with his book.
Yep.
Talking about, I know what's in your bank account. I know you're getting fraud. Fraud, you've been stealing from these women.
Damn.
I can't. Whew. All right. You know what? That's it. I'm done. We out of here. Peace, y'all.